I'll be right back, y'all. What's up, everybody? What's going on out here on these streets, yo? I'm fucking, yo, living single got me cracking up right now. I didn't realize how hilarious that show, Latifah show, Living Single was until now. Like, I really appreciate the comedy in that damn show. If y'all want to watch it, go to Max, the Max channel, and they got all the old shows up there. They funny as hell. They funny. They funny as hell. That damn Regine and what's Latifah's cousin name? I forgot her cousin name. They fucking funny, boy. And Overton, they fucking funny. Sinclair's fucking hilarious, yo. And then you got what's the one that live across the hall? I be forgetting their names, but they funny as hell. You gotta watch shit that make you laugh nowadays, y'all, cause it's nothing but crazy shit going on out here. Last week it was Welcome Back Carter. That shit had me laughing too. But anyway, the fourth suspect in this Julio Foolio fiasco has been caught. It was a whole showdown, lowdown going on. Some people are saying that he tried to kill himself. He wanted to kill himself. They was talking him out of killing himself and turning himself in. And it looks like he confessed to the whole thing. I don't know. That's what they're saying. What's up, Savage? What's up, Chris? Uh-oh. Family is in the building. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. That means that if the fam is in the building, okay, if the fam is in the building, there's something that I have to do. Hold on, y'all. Just give me a second. I don't know if it's true that this young man was trying to kill himself. But they're trying to say that, and that they're also saying that his little ass confessed. Now, why did you go through all this shit to just turn around and confess that you killed the motherfucker, yo? Like, come on now. Is this what y'all doing? This what y'all doing now? What's up, nephew? Real Bar Squad shit. You did right, but I gotta upload that to here. I forgot where I uploaded it to my iPad like a dummy. Okay, so I got this one to play. Shout out to Sparks Visuals. He did that beat, y'all. I love that beat. Get it from Swipe. He got the copyright free one. Okay, I'm going to get it from him. Shout out to the gang in the building. Savage Black. My nephew Murder Gang is in the building. He's jumping up here with me. Y'all could jump up too. I'm going to drop the link. You got Beezy Baby in the house. Chris Partlow is in the house. Chris, I got to add you in here somewhere. You got to send me your what you call it. Or somebody have to add you in this one, because this is the one I like. I want to put you in this one. And Sean too. Yeah, let me tell y'all the story here. They had the story that they put out here on the news. The best one I saw was from Newsweek. I think it was Newsweek or Newsday. It says Jacksonville officials made another arrest after a dramatic standoff in the death of rapper Julio Foolio, less than 24 hours from when the first three arrests were announced. Now, you know what that tells me? That tells me that somebody, one of them three, told where he was at, okay? Or they had their sights on him, but I think they told where he was at. I think the other dude, when they saw that they came for his brother, when he found out that they came for his brother, he just dipped and dabbed. But all of y'all that's listening, and all of you who will listen, and you're young, okay? And you're involved in this gang shit. Look at what's happening to everybody. After it all goes down, is it worth taking out that person? That's all I'm saying. I think they told Chris, for real, facts. Savage Black said, long live number 6. Well, I don't know about that, because the way they went about this, they might get the death penalty. Julio Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones, was celebrating his 26th birthday on June 23rd when he was fatally shot in the parking lot of the Holiday Inn Tampa North. 3 others were injured. Jacksonville's Sheriff's Office announced the arrest of Rashad Murphy on Twitter X Tuesday. The Sheriff's Office gang and SWAT units surrounded an apartment complex and evacuated nearby residents. They was not playing. They was ready for a showdown, lowdown, hold down. What's up, 1, 2, 3, go get it? The Sean Gottwright kid got picked up first a day before everyone else for a traffic violation with weed and a gun in the car. Oh my. You know what? I'm gonna stop calling them stupid. I'm not gonna call them stupid anymore. You know what I'm gonna say? These kids is delusional. Now, when I was seeing him getting arrested, and they put him on film, I was like, damn, look how young this little boy is. He's a fucking baby. He's a baby. I'm wondering with all the drugs people is taking nowadays, is altering their thought process. And I think that the youth are having a little bit of trouble distinguishing reality from motherfucking fiction, from a game, from the metaverse. Because if you watch how they be shooting, they be looking like they playing the game. I'm telling you, even how they was running up on the scene to go and shoot him, they shouldn't make these games look so real, because I think these kids is messed up in the head. Also was trying to be gangster, because that's what we glorify. And I want to say another thing. A lot of the audience is responsible for these young kids crashing the fuck out. They want attention and glorification. And since we glorify people, if we were glorifying people the way we glorify gangsters for doing good, or for becoming a scientist or a lawyer or a psychologist, if we were glorifying that the way we glorify being a gangster, do you think these kids would be crashing the fuck out like that? I saw a 1090 Jake video. He said that they all younger than me but look old as fuck, because they stressed the hell out. They stressed out. Yep, they young and they crash out. It looked like a shootout from a video game, the way dude crept out the cut creeper. I'm telling you, I think these kids be simulating these video games. They are programmed with these video games, y'all. This shit ain't no joke, man. This shit ain't no joke. Anyway, officials spent hours negotiating with Murphy, and SWAT members used tactics to force the man out. He surrendered to police just after midnight. Tampa Police Chief Lee Barkor, Hillsborough County State Attorney Susie Lopez, and Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters announced the other 3 arrests on Monday, over a month after the deadly shooting. Those previously arrested include 18-year-old Sean A. Gottwright, 18 years old. 18. Damn, man. 21-year-old Alicia L. Andrews, that was a wicked ass. I don't know what happened to her in her life. She's evil as hell. And 21-year-old Isaiah J. Chance. Andrews and Chance are facing charges of premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm and conspiracy to commit premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm. Gathright is charged with 2 counts of premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm and tampering with physical evidence. What evidence was he tampering with, though? I don't know what they mean by that. Facts Queen, and we gotta punish these people for rapping about the killings so these kids see that there's consequences for your actions. Let me tell you something. 1, 2, 3, go get it. I like your name. 1, 2, 3, go get it. Let me tell you something. 1, 2, 3. If they don't see what is happening to damn near the whole rap industry, is have some type of case that they might go to jail. If they don't see what happened with O Block, I don't know what to tell them. Like, what else can we tell? Can't they see what's going on in real life? You cannot kill people, yo. You cannot. It's against the damn law. Those previously. Okay, I read that part. Let me see something. It was a crazy part in here that I wanted y'all to hear. Officials said they had issued a warrant and are actively searching for Davion Murphy, 27. The 30-year-old, like, come on, yo. He probably was the leader in this whole shit. Like, he's a fucking disgrace. You're 30 years old. You should know better. The suspects were members of or associated with 2 gangs, the ATK gang and 1200. Now, I was saying this before to people, like, we be thinking, not us that's here listening now, but these people be thinking that when they online talking all this shit and making all these videos that the cops ain't watching. They just said in the press conference yesterday that they have people watching every move that they make on social media. They have people just to watch you on social media. So wouldn't that be enough to say, okay, unless you just want to crash the fuck out? And if you just want to crash out, go rob a bank or something. Like, why are you crashing out just to go kill somebody? Like, and you're going to ruin the rest of your life. It don't make sense to me. All them Jacksonville dudes always referring to drills as GTA or Fortnite. Definitely look like some shit me and the men done pulled on the game. I dropped 100 on a nigga the other night. Black said the hit reminded him of the scene in Belly when they went to kill Lennox. Y'all stupid. I don't mean to be laughing. It's not funny. But damn. So I think, y'all, that's where the problem is. These kids are not able to distinguish the fucking game from reality. After they turn that game off, they still in that mindset of the fucking game. Both are rival gangs of the 6 Block gang, which Jones was a member of. The police and the feds definitely got social media pages. You gotta be stupid as hell if you think the police don't be watching y'all. That's why I said they be under some type of, I don't know what they under. But y'all bugging the fuck out if y'all think that these policemen don't be watching y'all. That's their job, to lock y'all asses up. That's their job. All 5 individuals have chosen lives of urban terrorism. Didn't I say that gangster shit was an act of terrorism against your own communities? Y'all terrorizing the fucking communities, yo. And with their arrests, we show Tampa, Jacksonville, and the rest of the state we hold violent criminals accountable at the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, Waters said at the press conference yesterday. Won't be no game when Big Bubba get them in that cell. Big Bubba the booty lover. That's who's gonna be in the cell waiting for them. Big booty waiting for some. Big Bubba waiting for some fresh booty, yo. Let me place this in there. So if y'all want to come up with my nephew. I think he left me. ATK is Young Ene's gang and 1200 is Spinner Bands / Whopper with the chopper. Yeah, I saw that. BZ, Big Bubba the booty lover. Big Bubba the booty lover is gonna be sitting in there waiting for them, okay? Fresh meat. that they gonna have to deal with because they got all this time. They gonna be locked up with motherfuckers that got life sentences and shit, and they don't give a fuck when they got all that time. They don't be giving a fuck what they do in jail to people. I got a lot of friends that's correction officers, and the stories they be telling me, yo. Whew, I gotta drink some water. It's hot as hell. You gonna eat your cornbread? What's your name? My name is Jingalang. My name Jingalang, Jingalang. Especially that girl Alicia. They gonna punk her in jail. She crazy anyway. The vibes that I'm getting about that girl. The vibes that I'm getting about that girl is that she don't have no parents. And I'm telling y'all, in the next 15 years, we gonna be dealing with a bunch of lunatic kids that didn't have no love from no parents. You know what I'm saying? What's up, NC? NC is in the building, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all follow her at the one and only _ NC on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. Okay? But when Jingalang and Big Bubba the Booty Lover get to these little young, fresh little sacks of meat, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be over for them, y'all. It's over. Florida carries the death penalty for first-degree murder, y'all. And this is first-degree, 100%. This is 100% premeditated. They got the phone logs. Here, let me tell y'all what they said they got. Detectives used footage from the scene, license plate readers, and phone logs. Oh, I can't wait till them phone logs come out. To identify 2 vehicles and link them back to the suspects. Even though, I'm going to be honest. Nephew, when this little nigga, Julio, I was calling him, I was saying he got the right name. Don't forget Fleece the Booty Warrior. Fleece is home now, probably snatching booty or in real life. Fleece is home. But all the booties that he snatched over there, they probably want to snatch booties now. Where was Fleece from anyway? Where was Fleece from? I remember one time in Brownsville, and Brownsville is a rough area, y'all. This dude got snatched up and pulled up to the roof, and somebody raped him, one of them jail niggas. Raped him on the roof. Yeah, that motherfucker is out talking about, yeah, I like booty. I likes the booty. He made me sick watching him. I couldn't watch him no more. When he was talking, he's just disgusting. I couldn't even watch him on the Boondocks. I couldn't even watch his ass in animation, okay? Yeah, I think he got his own channel on YouTube. Sick motherfucker that he is. That had to do with somebody in Chicago. They did that to somebody in Chicago too when you was young? BC, shut up. Yo, these people is, today I was on the train, and it was like, at least, this dude came on the train, he had on some black tights that I be wearing with my dresses in the winter and shit. He had on some sneakers, some shorts over the black tights. He had this loud ass music playing, and he just was smiling and cheesing. I was like, then this other crazy dude was on the train. I was like, yo, I don't know where we at, but I wish I had some red shoes so I could just click my motherfucking heels and be like, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. It's like I'm Dorothy out this bitch, yo. I feel like Dorothy out here, man. That I've been swept away from my home, and I'm in this place where I don't know. It's all kinds of different species. Hell yeah, I had my hammer, girl. I don't play. I be having my hanger, my hammer and my mace. My mace be falling out my pocketbook. What's up, nephew?
Wagwan.
My mace be falling out my pocketbook and shit. I dropped it at work, and my coworker was like, "Your mace is on the floor."
Gotta keep that. Straight subway action.
I'm telling you, I'm a savage. And I be on the fucking subway from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I don't even be there on the next shift where the cuckoo birds be, but I don't be playing. I be any sign of danger, somebody gonna get hurt. And it ain't gonna be me, god damn it. It ain't gonna be me.
That's the scariest place to be in New York City. It's on the subway, especially at night and in the morning. It'd be like New Jack City out on the.
I'm telling you, and I'll be on the train at 5:30 in the morning, ready for action. I'll be ready for the action. What? Who? Where? When? How? Don't I go right back into East New York mode when I get on that fucking train. I always find somebody peeking at me. Because I be wearing my glasses so they can't see where I'm looking. So I always see somebody peeking at me out the corner. They probably.
Trust and believe. They release their demons on them trains too. They be on heavy on them trains.
I know they do. I be seeing them.
I think like the last time I really was out there, I took the train. I was going to Brooklyn. I almost got into a situation with a guy. He had a big knife. I was like, man, I had to back mines out. But then I was thinking in my head after the situation, yo, this could have went left. I'm not even coming out there. Oh.
It don't be, but I be on the train every day. It's not, it depends on what time really you on that fucking train. I'm gonna be honest. Because when it's the rush hour for the work crowd, it's like they all get out the way. But you got a few scragglers here and there, a few crazies here and there. But it mostly be the work crowd, and we all be looking at each other like, you take that way and I take this way. I'm telling you, we all be ready to fight. I'm telling you. But anyway, what I'm wondering, nephew, is where's the other dude, the little brother? They caught the big brother, the fourth suspect. But where's the other dude at?
He
Somebody.
was in Jacksonville too. He was waiting on the money. He was waiting on the money. Money never came. He stuck in Jacksonville. You heard? Probably at the beach somewhere, just hiding out in the hotel. You know what I mean? Little bum do it. You know what I mean?
Well, he better hope that they don't offer no reward, because once the reward comes, it's over for him. It might be over for him before that.
Yeah, it's over for him right now. He probably just moving around or something. You know what I mean? They already got him. They said they trailing him already. They don't got him, but they said they trailing him. They're closing in.
Yeah, they approaching with caution. I feel sorry for these kids though, but I feel sorry for Foolio too, and all of them, and young Ines. Every time I hear him talking, I be like, "You so young and stupid." You got some signs of intelligence there, but these little kids is bums, yo.
I ain't gonna lie.
In the mind.
It be hurting me kinda, cause it's like I just left that dude. You know what I mean? It feel like I just left that period of my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn, son, you really could have got caught up in this type of lifestyle, but you really got out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it really be hurting me when I'm seeing like people like Foolio get caught up in the industry politics, or just caught up in the industry period, because we might not have it how we want to have it financially and certain stuff. You know what I mean? You get caught up in bullshit.
That's true, because I was just thinking about when I was younger, and you had the girls following the real reckless dudes, the shiesty dudes. You had the shiesty females that went along with them. It's just that the being shiesty now is setting niggas up to die, as opposed to when I was growing up, it was setting people up to get robbed. You feel me?
That's a fact.
It's just different now,
I told you this story, but I want to tell it to your panel. Feel me?
Okay, but let me just address what NC said, because what she said is real true. She said, my thing is, if the big brother had the gun to his head, what the little brother going to do? Because he's supposed to be the leader.
See, but the little brother, see, in this age that we in, what you just seen was Stevenson and Jay Prince. These young dudes got more mind than these older dudes.
Mm-hmm.
The older dudes be ready to throw it away faster than the younger dude. We just seeing them. We just seeing the younger dudes throwing their life away. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of these older dudes, they just gave up. You know what I'm saying? They just gave up. Instead of keep trying, it's easier for them to just crash the fuck out.
It's easier for the older dudes to work with the police against the younger dudes than trying to get the younger dudes to fall in line with them. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
the younger dudes, they not trying to hear nothing. We, I wasn't trying to hear nothing on the island, Rikers Island, with the older dudes. I was OTK. I ain't fuck with no old timers. But now
Mm-hmm.
I grew up and I love the old timers now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
But
always loved the old timers. I always loved them. I always like if I was when I was younger and I'd be out and it's older people around and we drinking and smoking and they start talking, I'd be like, everybody shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You
yep.
know, I don't want to hear what y'all got to say. Let the OG talk, yo.
See, we ain't. See, we was getting blocked out from them OGs. Like the OGs. I ain't gonna say the OGs. The older dudes from my projects that had fake mind control over us at the time. They didn't really allow the other OGs to come talk.
Mm-hmm. They used to be all over when I was younger. The dreads. You had the dreads giving you knowledge. You had the older drunk. Even if they was drunk or crackheads, they still was dropping knowledge on you. They could be crackheads. And they'll tell you, look, don't take the route I took. I'm going to tell you where I went wrong. Don't do this and this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that no more. It's just every man for himself.
That's right.
I don't do that. Like, I try to talk to these kids. Like the other day, this old man, you know how those old people walk and they got their head down, they can't stand up straight?
Yeah.
And he was pushing his walker and he was about to go on the tracks. It looked like. And he stopped like he felt something, like he was waiting for somebody to direct him. He had some good ass goddamn what would you call that?
Reflexes.
Yes, because he must have felt like if I go straight,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fall in the tracks. And this dude came over to him and just redirected the walker for the man. And then he started moving. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was waiting for that. And I just went over to the dude and just fist bumped him. And he smiled. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I said, thank you. Yeah?
But just like that, like you just said, sometimes people be waiting on that push too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sometimes people be stuck in life. They get stuck. They need to
I should have
move,
videoed that. I should have put that on video.
especially these kids. But I don't know. I'll let you finish what you think.
No, I should have. I mean, I should have put that on video because a lot of times these younger dudes, because he was a young dude, they don't be giving a fuck about nobody. But he looked up and he saw him getting ready to go. You know that he didn't know where he was going, and he just redirected the walker for him. And that shit was beautiful. I should have fucking put it on video and let that type of shit go viral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next time I'm gonna pull out my motherfucking phone. That's some shit I should have pulled out my phone for. Mhm. What else he said? Beezy out on FB, on Facebook. They said the brothers was gonna be suicide by cops. So they saying that the brothers wanted to go. They want to commit suicide by cop. Beezy. They don't want what's waiting for them in prison. That's what I said. Big Bubba, the booty lover, and Jingalang Jingalang. Gonna be. That's who waiting for the watching the news right now. Young fresh meat.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. You see how Kenny Cap say he was famous in jail? And when they
Mm-hmm.
go to jail, they gonna get glorified by these same type of OGs. Just had a mind in a cycle, you know what I mean? They not gonna have a
Mm-hmm.
problem in there. Cause they gonna
Well,
get
what?
glorified for what they do.
Well, I'm telling y'all, if y'all are young out there crashing the fuck out, and you got older people that's glorifying you and not trying to save your life, you shouldn't be fucking with them. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only thing I could tell you. Once you see an older person trying to steer you into more crime and they not trying to save your life or stop you from going to jail, don't fuck with them. Get away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Because a natural instinct of an older person is to protect a younger person and let them know what's coming down the pike for them if they choose that lifestyle. That is something that should be natural.
Let me tell you something. I grew up with my father. My father took care of me and my brother. One day I looked at him and said to him, I don't know what was going through my mind. Because I regret it now that I think about it. I said to him, I said, I wish my parents was rich. So now I go back to think about it with all of these kids. These kids be young and they don't understand. You know what I mean? Like even when I was young, I didn't understand the difference between a person that's rich and a good father. Like a father, like I didn't know the difference between Jay-Z being the father rich and my father being the father. I didn't know the difference because I didn't wasn't thinking about morals. I wasn't thinking about his principles. I didn't I didn't know all of that type of. I wasn't going in that deep as a young boy.
Well, physically, biologically, your mind wasn't developed yet. There's a gray area in your mind that doesn't clear up until you get a certain age. So there's certain things that these young people, unless they're exceptionally and a little bit more advanced, they don't have the capacity to understand things from a mature perspective. So a lot of them don't understand about consequences. And a lot of these older people know that. That's why they be sending them off. You understand what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. That's a fact. Because I didn't understand until I was upstate, and they said, even when I got census, they said 3 to 6 years. I didn't really understand until I got upstate, and I was getting them letters like, "What I'm supposed to do for 3 to 6 years, nigga?" Like I was like, "Oh, I got 3 to 6 years? Wow!" Like you know what I mean? That's when it started hitting me. Like, wow, that's a long time. I started counting. You know what I mean? But
My
like we
my
don't
son got
understand.
15, and he has to do all of it.
Yeah. We
All
don't
of it.
understand at a certain age, but it also like a lot of these drugs that the hood get dropped off to us because I don't know where these drugs be coming from. Like ecstasy and shit, they be in style, and they drop out of style, and they back in style. But those type of drugs like that be cloud our mind up as kids too. It stops us from even thinking about certain things.
You got the gray area, and then you got the drugs on top of it. But
Hmm.
now you have another layer of drugs, the Molly's. Molly's been around since the 60s. The people that killed Sharon Tate, they was taking Molly's and ecstasy back then in the 60s, the Manson family. They was popping pills, LSD, and doing Molly's and ecstasy. Okay, so it been around. It was called MDA. Okay,
Yeah.
it was called MDA. That's the main active ingredient in these type of pills. So it been around. It just wasn't in this. Black people wasn't really fucking with pills for a long time. We wasn't in my generation. We wasn't fucking with no pills. You know what I'm saying? We was smoking weed and drinking. That was it. Really, basically.
And the
The
get money people was fucking with the more harder drugs.
Well, to get money, people, some of them was, but everybody was getting money. So that's why it was possible for them to make so much money off of drugs. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
everybody was getting money. Money was out there like crazy.
Crazy
Okay,
how they switched the frequency.
they've
Now
switched the
nobody getting money.
frequency. Now nobody getting money. And now people is forced to compromise themselves because they don't want to be a broke ass. They want to be on the other side.
It's like teasing you with a good time.
Well, my solution to that is we got to stop following just one type of thing to make money. Or you got to play basketball, or you got to be a rapper. You don't have to be them things. I know somebody that grew up in my hood in one of the most gangster buildings of my project. And you know what he do for a living?
What?
This nigga designs beds and mattresses for
Mm,
quadriplegic people.
mm.
Okay? He's rich. Him and his wife got an elevator in their fucking house like Scarface. They pulled up to one of our reunions in a Lamborghini. Okay?
Mm.
They balling. But they chose something else to
Another
do
avenue.
besides what, they
Worry about
tell us.
this.
Exactly.
Everything that got the microscope on it for our like these things like football, basketball, these already got the microscope on it for our people to join it. So once you in it, they already got a microscope. You know what I mean? They're already trying to use you, take everything you got, link people to you, have them set you up. You know what I mean?
Yes. Good for you, 1, 2, 3. Good for you. Salute to your brother, Beezy. Salute to him. I hope he comes back home with his mind straight and he survives that shit, cause jail is hell.
Who you?
One, two,
Oh,
1, 2, 3. Salute to you. I got it on the screen, nephew. If you look at your phone, you'll see that I'm highlighting the comments.
yeah. I see the comments now because I pressed the comments. I never knew that.
Mm-hmm. That's why these young niggas get killed at an early age. Because these older niggas sending them young niggas on dummy missions to get sent to an early grave. Project Pat. Facts.
That's a fact too. But these, like, a lot of us young dudes, we like, yo. Before I went to jail, I didn't know most of my older dudes was police. I ain't know that. I had to read a book. I had to
Mm-hmm.
read a hip hop police book to find out that the older dudes was rats in my hood. Like police, they FBI working with the police and gang units and stuff like that to make
Well,
sure
some
that.
people some people were saying that was hanging out with Rich and AZ and Poe back in the day. Some of them were saying that a lot of people were saying on the streets that Poe was an undercover cop, that he was working with the cops because he was the one doing the most and he would never get arrested.
I believe that it's always like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like that. The ones that's doing the most and that never get arrested is always the one working. Even for the older dudes to the younger dudes, there's always an older dude out there that do the most even to now and never get arrested.
Mm-hmm. 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 Cause Tut, the one that supposedly allegedly shot Tupac at the studio that time, he was always doing wild shit, and they would lock him up, let him back out, lock him up, let him back out. Why?
Because
I
he was
think they,
working.
because he was working, and even I think they be working even when they don't know they working. They let these people loose so that they could terrorize their own fucking communities.
Exactly. That's exactly what they do. Ain't no look, like I said, I was a young, dumb nigga before I went to jail. The one that if you in a situation you want to control young niggas, I'm one of them you wanted to control. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that these dudes was in too deep before I went in. It took an older cat when I was in the box to send me a hip hop police book. I told him where I was from.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "What? They rats over there." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"You bugging?" He sent me that book. My whole life changed.
They rats everywhere because the streets is not the same anymore. You cannot have the streets anymore to be the streets. When you have all this technology, when you have all of these people that are not able to get money and they're looking for a way to make money. That's all they had to do was cut off the money stream. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because that make people go crazy any fucking way. Like I keep telling my nephew, like back then there was a choice. They could take 5, 6, work for a little while, make $1,000, get a package, flip it. They got rich overnight. You can't do that now. You got to go through somebody. You got to know somebody. And these dudes is not smart enough to do the scamming thing on a high level. You understand what I'm saying?
And 9 times out of 10, if you get acquainted with somebody, just say if you is, man, look, the big drug dealers, all of them is compromised already. You know what I mean? Nine
And
times out of 10, they've been compromised.
they was compromised back then, but we just didn't know it. But they
These
was, a
kids,
lot of them was. Mm-hmm.
these kids don't know it though either. Their parents is not telling them about the older dudes that's outside the window. Like, you see that older dude right there? Stay away from him. He a part of the feds. You don't want to go to the fed. They're not telling them that. By the time that they tell them that, they already in jail because this older nigga done sent them to Maine or send
Mm-hmm.
them to Tennessee to sell drugs. And this dude working for the FBI, or they got him shooting, this little kid shooting somebody, you know what I mean? Because he about to expose the informant that you work for. You know what I
Right,
mean?
and they feel like the kids ain't gonna do no time, but you know what? They can really change that rule about these kids not doing time, because it's too much shootings going on and murders that's being done by these young kids now. So now that they're feeling like they're telling y'all, giving y'all messages in these press conferences when they talk about, when they catch these dudes that's doing these spinning, and what y'all call it, spinning the block, whatever
Spin the
y'all
bed.
call it, these
Spin the
dudes
bed.
that's crashing out. They are telling you that we on to you. We know which gangs you got beef with. We know who y'all rolling with. We watch y'all on social media. We can access your telephone logs. They're telling you. They're telling us. They said that with Duck's case. If I was a criminal, I would have watched that and said, "Oh shit, they on to us now. It's over. Game over." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to look. Them niggas better pay attention to them Tesla cameras that they had, cause boy, those cameras are serious. That's next generation. We might not even, you know what I mean, live to see that. I might not even live to see that all across the world. You know what I mean? I think we was privileged to see it.
Y'all generation is the last generation that had access to the old school way of the streets. You know, because there was still people out there. That's why I be watching like the older dudes on YouTube. But how they make upset me, because I'm gonna go into the beef with Matt Hoffa and Hassan. When what disappoints me is Matt Hoffa and Hassan, they both know what happened to their friends and what the turnout is going to be in these streets doing this type of stuff. So I think they should be concentrating on that instead of putting all of this energy into going at each other. Like, that shit makes me so sick to my stomach. And I don't choose no sides or nothing like that. I only choose sides when I know that an older dude is out here trying to steer these kids wrong. And the one that I really got my eyes on that's doing that is Jay Prince Sr. I can't stand him. I can't stand his fucking ass and his Muppet looking son that look like Tamar Braxton. I can't stand him. His son don't look like Tamar Braxton. Look at that nigga. Jay Prince Jr. Tamar Braxton looking ass.
I'm crying.
They both look like Muppets. They tell them this over and over, but yet they still do it. Facts, I do it for my son. That's a fact.
I really don't
But
understand how his son, like, he got so much knowledge, and he say he came to the internet for kids, but for somehow he always end up in these older dudes' face and promoting all these old men. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not promoting the same type of people that's pushing a message like you. You promoting people with different agendas than you, hoping to get the same outcome you got. You know
and
what I
then
mean?
they wind up turning on him afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Because they not in the same direction as
They
him.
not in the same mindset. They not in
He
the same
he
mindset.
gonna wind up getting himself Nipsey Hussle moving and Foolio the way he moves. Cause he keeps stepping out his boundary. I'm like, stepping out his lane and being other dudes' lane. For what? What you doing that for? You know what I mean? Like I said, it's something going on with you keep being in these older niggas' face or these older dudes' face rather than the kids and teaching the kids what's going on your panel.
That's the most important thing that these older dudes should be doing. That is their job. And I hate when they start going at each other. But you know what? That's what I'm saying about the money thing. Because on these social media channels and shit, the more bullshit that you get in, the more money you make, yo.
It's the rap game.
Unfortunately.
The rap game is the same thing. The same thing going on is the rap game. The same thing going on with Cadet. You know what I mean? It's all
Casanat.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
So
just got kicked out of his penthouse. Him and his friends got kicked out of they brand new penthouse in
that
in
wasn't theirs.
huh?
That wasn't theirs.
Oh, okay. Street Code in the building. What's up, Street Code? Follow Street Code on YouTube and Instagram.
Cadet is like, and I might be, just take it for. I mean, I'm just how I'm gonna say it. Cadet is like the
A
Biggie
creative
Smalls of,
player. Oh,
it's like he is a plant, but he's like the Tupac or Biggie of the streaming world. Right?
yeah, cause he the first one started doing it like that.
Yeah, but he have older dudes behind him too. Don't sleep on that type of world. They got the same older dudes from the streets is behind Kyle Connect.
Casanat.
Yeah, Kyle not. The same people behind him in Brooklyn. The same projects where I come up from. He's from the Bronx, but he went to college with the same dudes from my projects. He started off, uh, what's that thing called? Door knock bitch. When you're knocking on people's door, he started doing that with the little boys in my projects, BTB dance and all. So I already know what it is with him. I really don't take him serious. I already know he's.
But I just laugh at him, and and that's it. He is a little cutie, but I just laugh at him, and that's it. Like, it's up to the kids to see through this shit, how it go down. Like, the same way these people was able to start from nowhere and didn't have nobody to follow and did something where they got millions of followers, you could do that shit too. Just keep on trying. You don't have to follow nobody else's blueprint.
They out the street shit though.
Mhm.
You gotta stay out the street shit because streamers, your biggest streamers, they in the street shit too. So when street shit happened to them, don't think they wasn't in the streets. They was just streaming. No, they be in the street stuff too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So you gotta stay out the streets. Stay
That's
out the
why I'm
streets.
so proud of my nephew. He don't fuck around in the streets no more at all.
I don't be with nobody. I seen the blueprint when I first came home after the first people trying to backdoor me that I grew up with. I was like, nah, why
Mhm.
me? I had to start rearranging my mind. Like I ain't do nothing to nobody, so what's going on? And I had to start thinking about all the people that dropped before me, their energy and their status
Mhm.
to the people around them. Yo was like I told Queen, like, okay, you got the people that's in the spotlights, the I'm gonna just say Chicago for example. You got the 63rd O blocks and stuff like that, but then you got the people that nobody really know about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
When it
Mhm.
come to Brooklyn, we was a part of that circle. I got locked up in 2012 when everybody got indicted, but I just ain't get indicted. Me and my people ain't get indicted. So I know what's going on with everybody team. I know about all of the fake beefs that everybody think is real on YouTube. I was there when it was all fake. It's all fake.
Mhm.
It's just the little boys. It's not fake to the generation under us. It's fake to us though.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I
Cause
mean?
y'all already know what time it is. But
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We know what time. I mean, like I know what time it is, but in all sense, a lot of the people my age they sold out already. They sold out on Rikers Island and upstate. They sold out. That's why they got record deals and all that in Brooklyn now. All the
Mhm.
kids my age, they sold out. I was there. I watched it.
Yeah. Everything is so different now. Like the streets been over. And my good friend Hazy Faison, he talked about the streets being over in 2001. And he wasn't lying. He was not lying. He did the first hood documentary. Game over. He was trying to tell everybody it's over.
AZ is a brother the kids definitely could learn from too, because his story is out there and it touched every generation. No matter if you going grow if you growing up now, when you see that movie, it's going to touch you. So him being able to speak his truth and what happened to him, these kids could relate in this era because it's at an all time high right now. You know what I mean?
Well, some of them can, some of them can't. Because now they pointing fingers and trying to take away from the message and making things that are not important important. Paid in full, BZ. Paid in
It
full.
my 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 vision of it is you could be three people. You could be Alpo, you could be Rich, or you could be AZ.
It's crazy how they was all three different motherfuckers, right?
And they all three got different outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Or you could be who was in the movie. You could be the Dame Dash. You could just pull up
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
movie and not be seen after the certain parts in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's who you want to be. Who you want to be.
That's the thing that people got to know. You have a choice. You do have a choice. You don't have to be a crash out dummy. You don't have to give your life to the system. You don't have to give your life and be in the grave as before you even know what life is. You don't have to. There's a choice for you out there. Or Calvin. Yep, Chris, it's a lot. Calvin, it's more Calvins than anything out this bitch now.
I ain't gonna lie, it's more apples out here than anything. I ain't gonna
Well,
hold
that was the plan. That's why they glorified him in the movie. And
Calvin.
every time me and A watched that movie, Paid in Full together, he always said, "You see how they tried to make me look like a snitch, and then turn around and let Alpo say that he was still the king of Harlem." Because they was glorifying that image and they planted it long time ago. That movie was made in 2001 or 2. And look now, everybody's an Alpo. Back doors all over the place, right?
Mhm.
That was the first glorified backdoor king, Alpo Martinez. Because back in the days when you was like that, niggas would take you the fuck out. And when he did backdoor and do all the things he did, you see he didn't come back to Harlem till 30 years later. Okay? 30
This,
years later.
this
He
is
couldn't do what he do and be out there the next week or two or a year. No, he ain't come back till 30 years later.
yeah, the kids. If you see a dude that move like Alpo, just know he worked for the federal government, my boy. Don't ever think your friends. Yo, look. If you see a dude acting like it's no such thing as police, it's either they just don't care about life, they suicidal, or they working for somebody. Whether
Yeah.
it's organized crime, police, somebody. You know what I mean?
Well, see, this is the thing about Nicky Barnes. Y'all gotta stop listening to just people how they be just giving their own narratives. Nicky Barnes didn't tell on nobody until 6 years later. He got arrested in 1978. He didn't start snitching on people till 85, 86. So it was actually 8 years later. What happened was he gave his right hand man, Guy Fisher, he gave him $100,000. He told him take $100,000 and pay off the jury. And what he did was, what you doing, nephew? Because you now we echoing. Oh, okay. He paid off the jury, but he paid off the jury and told them, the jury, that this is for me. Just get me off. Forget about everybody else. Just get me out of this situation. Just find me not guilty. And that's what happened. Guy Fisher didn't go to jail till 8 years after Nicky Barnes, because that's when Nicky started talking. Because when Nicky Barnes found out what Guy Fisher did, and plus he was messing with his girl, and this other dude named Tito was messing with his wife. He had two women, and two of these dudes on the streets was messing with his wife and his girl. So he said, oh, they violating me all over. It wasn't just about the females. It was because niggas was taking his money and squandering it. He was telling people what to do to keep the business going. They was doing what they wanted, driving his cars, and everybody was trying to just take his place and disrespect him and act like he wasn't still alive, like he locked up now, fuck him. So that's why he wound up telling. That was the only way he could get back at them.
Yeah, I
So
read it. I read it.
nobody talks about how Guy Fisher took that $100,000 and paid off the jury to just get him off. Nobody talks about that.
They took over his business too, his car shop. He had a car
Mm-hmm.
shop in Harlem. They took it over. They wasn't trying to give him the bread from his business.
Right. They was doing a lot of shit to Nicky Barnes. That's why Nicky Barnes sold. It took him. He didn't just go in there and get locked up and say, okay, I'm going to tell on everybody. That's not how it happened.
And as far as Frank Lucas goes, um,
He was a fraud. That movie wasn't all true about Frank Lucas.
yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the police, him snitching on the police. I don't know if he really snitched on people in the streets or not. You know what I mean? But as far as the
Mm-hmm.
police, it's fair game with the police, man. It's fair game with the police. Like if you're doing business with the police, man, and they dirty cops, man, it's fair game with them, bro. Ain't no nothing in the rule book of the street say the police is involved. So
Mm-hmm.
it's fair game with the police, just like it's fair game with you.
I'm gonna do another video on Nicky Barnes. I did one before, but I'm gonna do another one on Nicky Barnes. I want to do one on Boy George too, because he commented. Boy George was a big Puerto Rican drug dealer when he was a young boy. He was rich out there in the Bronx. He commented on my video I did about Fritz. And Fritz was the one that was supplying Rich Porter with all that, gave him them 30 keys that time. And he was like, damn, you told the story so good. So, I think I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm getting a lot of salutes and a lot of shout outs from Miami too. When I talked about when I did the Boobie Boys, they love the Boobie Boys. Like I'm getting a whole lot. I'm still getting comments on the Boobie Boys video that I did from people from Miami. But I did a lot of research to do the Boobie Boys. I put 7 hours into doing that Boobie Boys. He was like, damn, you put 7 hours in that shit? You did a good job. So that makes you feel good, though, when people appreciate you, what you did. Like Tekashi, he started snitching for some of the same reasons.
Nah.
Yeah, and see,
Tekashi,
what happened with
uh-uh.
Tekashi?
That's the best style situation. That boy just started writing for nothing, man.
Yeah, but they was trying to take advantage of him.
Yeah, but the people that took advantage of him is people that he wasn't fucking with anyway. There was a beef. The people that did all that to him was people that he ain't fuck with.
But Nuki is a fucking bully.
No, I
Nephew.
understand that. I
I
understand
know
that he
Nuki.
wasn't.
I know him very well. Nuki used to be. I know Nuki.
Yeah, that's the big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
He
know
was
him
a
too.
bully. I can't see him being around 6ix9ine like that and not
He
bullying
wasn't.
6ix9ine.
He wasn't. He ain't fuck with that nigga. They had beef. The side 6ix9ine fuck with, they did not fuck with Nuki and them. That was the problem. Niggas
Yeah,
wasn't
cause Nuki was fucking around with Dipset.
then
Okay,
Nuki
Nuki Ben was around them rapper niggas, cause he was rolling with Dipset and them.
around 2010, shit split up. There's two different sides. If you fuck with one side, you cannot fuck with this before Takashi. Takashi came around and started dealing with one side, which made the other side less powerful.
Yeah, so why they keep bringing up Nuki name in it then?
Because he was
Nuki's locked up now for
he was
that.
strong. He was trying to strong arm the situation because they wasn't getting no bread from it. He wasn't a part
Oh,
of the side that was fucking with Takashi, like getting the bread from it. You know what I mean?
oh, and I used to talk to Nuki all the time, y'all. Y'all can look Nuki up on YouTube. They got stories about Nuki on
He's a
YouTube.
monster. He's a monster.
He was a monster. I used to, when he was a little boy growing up, he'd get locked up all the time. I was like, Nuki, you were smart. You know, he was built like, he had a dope ass body for a little boy. My homegirl was looking at him. I was like, hey, he is 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? I had to scream on her. Yeah, that's what they saying, Chris. Um, and I used to talk to him all the time, y'all, going, Nuki, don't choose this life. But Nuki, the older he got, the worse he got. He even shot somebody broad daylight with an AK-47.
Nah, Nuke ain't kidnapped 6ix9ine.
Oh, they keep on trying to say it was him. They
Nah,
was
it was Harv, the other dude that's locked up, and another dude, and another thing I'm about to break some shit right now. The other dude that kidnapped 6ix9ine, it was three of them. He was he in a wheelchair right now. He paralyzed. He the real one that sparked off the indictment. That everybody pointed to 6ix9ine, but it's somebody else before that that's paralyzed right now. That sparked off the indictment. He got shot. 6ix9ine shot him, put him in the wheelchair.
But Nuki was doing things though. Nuki was definitely doing things that I can't say. You know
Nobody
what I'm
gonna say
saying?
that. Nobody. That's why he ain't up on YouTube.
Yeah, I can't say what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But Nuki was something else.
Yeah, Crippy. Yeah, Crippy. Yeah, Crippy.
But he loved my son though. I don't know what it was about my son that he loved. But now I know. Now I know. Um and getting
Oh,
back to go ahead, nephew.
so you was about to get back to the Math Hoffa thing, right?
Yeah, getting back to that. Now, Hassan got mad at Math Hoffa. I'm sure y'all know who Math Hoffa is because he got a big platform. I'm sure you watched at least one of his videos or one of his interviews. So, and he was a battle rapper. But he was real. Him and Hassan was cool. They respected each other. They had a mutual respect for each other. And what happened was, when Math Hoff is one of the people that used to be on his panel with him, that used to rock with him on his channel, was let go, and it came out that he stole from one of Bimmy from the Supreme Team, one of Bimmy's people's house. He took the girl credit card and tried to charge $48,000 worth of Apple computer equipment. Okay, so the credit card was missing, and then they found out that in Brooklyn, somebody was trying to buy damn near $50,000 worth. So they was blaming it on him. So they was all talking about that on the show. And 10 Toes Down, who has a problem with Hassan ongoing, because 10 Toes Down even at one time put Hassan's address on the internet. So him and Hassan don't get along. And Math Hoffa knows this, but Math had him on the panel. And the thing about it is this: when 10 Toes Down was on the panel, he started talking about Hassan. Now, I get along with a lot of people, and if I have one person on my channel that don't get along with somebody else, they gonna respect me enough not to even do that on my platform. You feel me, nephew?
Yeah, I definitely feel you.
They not even gonna do that. Like, and if I go on my nephew platform and he fuck with somebody I don't fuck with, I'm not gonna get on his channel and talk about that person because I know that I'm putting that person in the middle of it. So what me and nephew was talking, and nephew was like, well, maybe he wanted to cause a rift between him and Hassan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how I was feeling because I've been I told you how I felt about math when we first remember when we first started talking.
Yes, yes, yes.
Remember I told you how I felt about him back then. It was
Mm-hmm.
nothing personal. I don't know him in real life. I never really even heard about the dude in the street. So we around the same age. You know what I mean? Maybe we was into two different things, but I feel like math just want he sometimes even in the street when certain people get around certain type of people that's in a certain type of things they gotta separate themselves from the person that everybody like nah you can't deal with that person. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Hassan one of the people that you can't deal with and be around these type of people that Math Hoffa be around.
Mm-hmm.
So what he doing is he pushing himself away from Hassan because he know that Hassan not gonna do it himself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he like, all right, fuck it. So I'm gonna take it with my own hand. You know what I mean? And do what I gotta do. Plus, it's gonna benefit me anyway because he's bigger than me.
Well, I just know in any sector of YouTube, they call this the dirty section or the dark section, the dark something.
And Math Hoffa,
I just don't like in drill and the dark side, the gang shit, whatever y'all call it. I don't like to see black men going at each other in public like that. If you ask me, when you put a black man on stage like that in front of everybody and he's going at it with somebody, it's going to be 10 times worse than if it wasn't everybody watching. You feel me? It's going to be 10 times worse because neither one of them is going to want to back down.
mhm, you
Neither
can't
one
put
of
two
them is going to
kings.
think logically and feel like they're going to fuck up their image backing down, whether it's wrong or right. So it's just going to escalate. And that's why I hate to fucking see. I love when I see two people going at each other and then it just dies down. I'll be like, oh, thank God that shit is over. I hate it. I really fucking hate it, yo.
To be honest, I feel like it's not even a thing with Math Hoffa like they going back and forth. I just feel like Math Hoffa, he got in tune with some type of people that he started moving like, and he trying to strip the money out the dirty, quote unquote, dirty sector mouth. Like he trying to
Mm-hmm.
swipe the money from them. Like you know how they do, how the rappers do, how they blackboard you with
Hey,
the big
Nene.
money.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You
Shout
know?
out to Nene. Follow Trenches News on YouTube. Shout out to Nene in the building. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, nephew.
N-
Go ahead,
Uh,
nephew.
Beezy baby. I don't know, Javi. Um, maybe that's the boy that got killed on Picket. Say he was related to Nicki Minaj. I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, back to Math Hoffa. Yeah, Math Hoffa. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him.
Well, I just know that I just hate. I brought it up because I just hate to see when people are going, grown men are going at each other on YouTube. I see that more than I see anything. I see that more than I see camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have camaraderie nowhere. We don't have it on the streets. You can't even trust your own mans no more. Sometimes you can't even trust your own family. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the camaraderie at?
It's because like once people get around a certain type of people, it's like when your friends get around a rapper, they look down on you like, oh, I'm around these type of people now. Like, why I gotta be around y'all for? Like, you know what I mean? That's how Math Hoffa moving. Like, I be around at Jay-Z and Diddy parties. Like, why I gotta? Nah, I don't mess with y'all. Get out of here.
Well, we
So
do
it's
do
like
that
weird.
to each other. We do that to each other.
It's weird though.
When we start to move in different circles and we feel like we in a different, demographic, and then we look down on other people. A lot of people do that just in everyday life. So it's just something that we do. But my problem is I hate to see it. I hate to see that shit, Joe. I hate it. I really do. Facts. 800 Fats allegedly killed his own cousin. Yeah, you can't trust family even no more. So who the fuck can you trust, really?
Yeah,
We got to do a whole lot of this era.
reevaluate.
This era is gonna go down as the worst era in history of black people, yo. It's embarrassing. You're not even gonna want to listen to the music.
You know what's so crazy? Even though it's so much bad going on, it's so much great things going on too.
It is.
You
It's
know what I
always
mean?
a yin and a yang. It's
Like,
always a yin and a yang. But me being that I've been watching hip hop for so many years and been a part of the hip hop community, just to see where it's going now is very heartbreaking for my generation. You feel me?
hmm
Like for those of us, the real ones that's watching, that's quiet and just watching it, their heart is broken to see that it went in this direction, yo. Their heart is broken. And I saw that with the dude, Dirk, I forgot what his name is, but his name is Dirk something. He was one of the older BDs, and he was talking and he was crying. He was crying, and I was crying with him when I saw him crying because I know why he was crying. To see that it went to this, you know what I'm saying? Something that you was a part of is now this now.
I definitely
Death.
understand.
It's death now. Everything is death.
And we ain't like you said, this era is gonna go down to the about like go down as the saddest black people in history. You feel me? But we really like, man, I learned everything I know from in jail. I'm not saying I ain't get no Jews from the streets, you know what I mean? From people and shit, but like before I went to jail, I didn't know nothing. You know, I wasn't getting taught nothing. So I understand, like you know what I mean? It's you can't like you can learn from a fifth grader, but when you're in eighth grade, you're not thinking about what a fifth grader could teach you. You only could get knowledge from adults, you know what I mean? But when they gotta be at work all day, you know what I mean? And then when they come home they sleep, there's not nothing really, you know?
Yeah,
All I'm
because I
saying
had
is
to
you gotta
force
teach each
myself to
other
go
something.
live after coming home from work. I just said, fuck it, I ain't even going to do nothing. I'm going to just go live now. As soon as I hit the door, like 15 minutes later, I went live. Because I said, if I don't do it and I start relaxing, I ain't going to want feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, one thing we leaving out, too, that plays a factor in how things are now is the pandemic. The pandemic did something to the frequency. It's different. It's different than pre-pandemic. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's much different.
I blame, like you said too. You remember what we said earlier? The '90s, money was everywhere. That they took it away. Man, they did that shit for 1 year, basically, 2 years. Everybody was and then everybody was broke.
Yeah, everybody was out. We couldn't even go outside. You know what I'm saying? But people was stacking their money too during the pandemic because you couldn't really go nowhere. So you ain't have to buy no clothes or,
Credit bills was paid.
right. You couldn't
You know
go
what I
nowhere.
mean?
So you was holding on to your money. Yeah, social media too. One, two, three. Social media is a very good social engineering tool. That's the best social engineering tool. It's better than TV.
It
It's better
is.
than TV. I didn't think they could top the television.
Yo, it is though. But this social media thing is kind of crazy too because I'm starting to see like you can't tell nobody nothing. They be like, "Nah, I seen on TikTok they said," and I be like, "Yo, I said this." Like, you know what I mean? Fuck TikTok. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I could
so
say something. I could say whatever I want on TikTok. That don't mean that it's true.
yeah, but people take word from people on TikTok before they take their own people. That's crazy.
I don't know, y'all. We got to do something. We got to do better than this. People have to stand up. Like just people think standing up is you got to go to war. You don't got to. It's the war is for your spirit and your mind. That's what the real war is
In
about.
your household. In your
The in
household.
your household you step up, but the war is for your mind, y'all. I'm telling you. Because once somebody else controls your mind, it's like somebody else is driving your vehicle.
And
Somebody
once
else is driving your fucking car, yo. Put it like that.
And once somebody control your kid mind, they control your house.
Yeah?
Facts. Unless you kick them out. If your kid is home and somebody outside controls your kid, they control your household.
Now
That's a
you
hundred
got to
percent.
worry about if somebody want to shoot your house up. You got mothers getting shot 8 and 9 times. But look at God though. Both of their mothers, Foolio mother and Young Ena's mother got shot. Both of them still here today.
I don't even know why Folio mom got up there, man. She should have stayed home and grieved, you know.
They don't be knowing what to do with that grief. You don't know what to do with that grief. And you don't know how you're going to handle something like that when a mother loses her child.
No, I ain't saying nothing wrong about it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, you know, these people, these news people pushing people out their house to get on the internet while they grieving and stuff like
Well,
that.
well, you know what? They got to say no.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She should have
Yeah.
stuck. She should have stayed home
They
and
got to,
grieved.
I mean, maybe that's her
Everything not
way
a
of
movie.
coping with it, though. Maybe that's her way of coping because she's seeing all the things that they're saying about her son online and she want to say something. You know what I'm saying? But it's a way that you do things. But it's also the people around her. Where do the support be at? But you know, I find myself wanting to support a lot of people, and they don't want your support.
That's a
They
fact
want,
too.
they don't want it, so you can't force it on them.
That's a fact too. But I feel like also I feel like Foolio was one of them situations I was just talking about. Like once somebody got influence over your kid, they influence your household, and that's exactly what I feel like happened with his mom. I feel like she was a good parent. I don't see nothing, you know.
That's
Like,
another war that we gotta fight because you can teach your child in your home, but what the world is interested in is what's gonna suck your child in. Because that's what he's gonna want to participate with. That's what's popular. That's why we got to be careful what we push and what we make popular because it's going to affect you whether you know it or not. You're going to have a baby one day and that same shit that you was feeding is what's going to come back in your house to haunt your ass, yo. It's going to come through your child.
especially the new hip hop. You know what I mean? Like I put this on Facebook. I said, Granny told our parents hip hop was the devil, and they ain't listen. Now look at us. That's a fact.
But
That
at that
is
time
a
it
fact.
wasn't the devil. You know when the devil really stepped into hip hop rap music, y'all? When that happened to Biggie and Tupac. That was the beginning. That was the beginning. And since then, death has escalated. Just go back and look at the deaths. Go back and look at the deaths. It tells a story on its own.
Hmm.
As the years progressed after Biggie and Tupac died, that every year a rapper was getting killed.
Let me
And
ask
let me not just say Biggie and Tupac because it wasn't only
Scott
Biggie
LaRock.
and Tupac they took down to make hip hop what it is today. Scott LaRock was one of them. He was the first one they took out. But also Easy E. We keep forgetting about him.
Hmm.
They say that Biggie and Tupac was the twin towers of hip hop. Well, Easy E was building 7. You understand? They took
Hmm.
building 7 down too.
Hmm. That's a fact though. We forget about him because he didn't get killed.
What was powerful about Easy E was he was one of the first ones that was exposed to what's really going on behind the business of hip hop. He learned the most from Jerry Heller, from the Jewish man. So he had the knowledge. That's what he got killed for, the knowledge that he had and how
Hmm.
he knew how to get money on his
Music.
own
Hmm.
independently. He didn't want that to they didn't want that to be passed down. Anybody who had the business minds that could potentially create a new way for us to be independent from major record labels and shit like that and do our own thing, they gone, y'all. They was gone. They
Oh, you
gone.
just you just dropped the jewel now. Let's get back to the new school. Foolio. You just broke the whole thing down just now. You just broke it down. He was creating the way for the other independent artists, which was Kenny Cap and all of these other people, these young dudes in his area, without getting a deal, how to make money from it.
Who else was doing that?
Young Dolph,
Exactly.
Nip Hustle.
Exactly.
Uh, I'm not gonna say Takeoff because people will be like he was signed, but then I'm gonna say something too that a lot of people I think was sleeping on the NFT game. The NFT game, which Takeoff was entering, and Tory Lanez was entering,
Tory Lanez made $1 million in one day. He broke the internet.
and that was $100. I mean, that was $1 million for him. You ain't got to split that with the labels. Another
Mm-hmm.
thing about Foolio, if you listen to Spin the Bins, not Spin the Bins from Jacksonville, Spin the Bins from Miami. That's Where's the Wizard cousin. Julio made one of his beats. Julio was a producer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know that because he was killed so fast. But he was
Foolio, in the middle of him talking the stupid shit he used to be talking, he used to be talking about business too.
because he was about business. He did everything himself.
And let me
Him,
tell you, you know what I think in my heart? I think if it wasn't that the fastest way to get money in hip hop was to be in the drill scene, I don't think he would have been in the drill scene.
now his mom said it. His mom said he had other music. I mean, I heard other music from him about girls. I heard a song about his mom that he made. It's fire.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, this is crazy. But like she said, the fans and the industry, they make you only promote one type of music. So when they kill your friends and they kill you, it'll look a certain type of way.
Like, cause if I get up on this channel and start calling people out and talking about their mamas and exposing their personal business, I'll be a big channel right now.
Foolio was also promoting weed for underground weed distributors. A lot of people don't know that from California. You
And
know what
he
I mean?
and he had 950,000 streams a month, 1 million streams a month independently.
I want to be
But
honest.
the reason why he had that was because of what he was promoting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but where this money was going, where this money was at.
I don't know what Fulio was doing with his money because he sure wasn't spending it.
Yo, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't understand what he was doing. Like,
He wasn't
like,
spending it. He wasn't really flashy like that.
and that's another thing too. I'll be like, I mean, not really flashy about the flashy stuff like that, but what be hurting me too is I was young before. They're not saying I'm way older than them, but I had a young mindset before to where I don't want to leave out my city and my places the way I'm comfortable at. But once I left and got comfortable somewhere else, it's a different comfortability.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's different because you don't need protection. It's different because you ain't really got to be looking over your shoulder like that. In the hood, you fake got protection until the protection cave in on you. You know what I
At
mean?
the
So
last minute when it's too
yeah.
late for you to realize anything.
Hmm.
But I see what you're saying, 1, 2, 3. The record labels are to blame, but we have a choice also. Instead of us always we pick our artists by who's promoted on mainstream, we can go back to picking our artists by who's talented and support them and make them rich so that they don't have to go through the record labels. But we so trained to see whoever on BET or whoever said they make this much money, everybody go jump on their DICK and forget about the talent.
But look,
The talent don't matter.
even when we do make our people famous and rich, like just say like Nipsey Hussle, right? It's always could be a nigga like Kodak Black that always get locked up and want a way out of getting locked up or want a way out of his crimes that don't got a problem with getting rid of this dude that's independent. You know what I mean?
Well, we all it's another one that be doing that too. So if somebody else dropped that and this person don't have a problem no more with the law, y'all gonna know what happened. Y'all gotta put two and two together. People shouldn't have to get up here and be telling y'all shit. Everything is right there in y'all face. We shouldn't have to be always talking and explaining shit to the T to motherfuckers. Cause y'all ain't stupid, but y'all be focused on the wrong shit. That's the only problem with us as black people. I'm not gonna call people black people stupid because they're not. They're not. They just be focused on the wrong shit.
Once you focus on the wrong shit, when you at a certain age, people see your potential before you see it. I realized that about myself when I was young. People was calling me stuff. I was like, yo, hold on, I didn't know I was that. But they seeing the potential in what you could be. You know what I mean? So they throwing it out there in the universe so you can run with it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
but it was a bad potential. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't see their potential, good or bad, until somebody else
Pointed out
pointed
to them.
against them or pointed. You know what I mean?
That's why I be trying to tell people, like, stop thinking that you ain't nobody. Everybody that's listening to this live or whatever the fuck, anybody that's listening to this right now, you all are somebody, and you all are very important. And I ain't bullshitting. You just as much as important as any motherfucking body else on this planet, y'all.
That's even if you ain't got nobody. Somebody
Yeah.
will always love you. You know what I mean? No matter, even if you don't think somebody love you or look up to you, it's always a baby, a kid that smile every time they see you. That's love.
Or somebody that's happy when you around. You know what I'm saying? Be around them people. Fuck that street shit and that being cool shit. Fuck that
And the
shit.
money. And the money.
Y'all see where that shit is leading us to the grave and to in jail. These fucking three little kids, five kids. You know, well, the 30-year-old wasn't no fucking kid. Um, they fucked. When I was looking at that boy get arrested, I was like, look at his little baby ass. That's a baby, yo.
The girl too. It's sad.
Her too. They babies.
Sad,
They
man.
don't know what the fuck they was doing.
They don't know. They still don't know. But they gonna
Mm-hmm.
find out when they get like, not even when they get sentenced. They probably still don't hit them. But I give to them about 6 months to a year up north, meeting the older dudes with the numbers 74. You know what I mean? These niggas been up north since 74, 84. And they gonna sit in their cell on the top bunk and look at the ceiling and be like, oh my gosh.
Well, people think that telling people about positivity is boring. It comes off as boring, but is it? Listen, you want to be entertained, or do you want to live through being poor and being fucked up and having other people decide your life for you and start making your own decisions? That's when the fun and the excitement comes. That's when the fun and the excitement comes, and you set yourself up for life.
Negativity only went around, I mean, negativity only went over positivity when you, as a positive person, trying to combine the two. You cannot combine the two. You can't. You cannot combine the two. Because if you combine a positive with a negative, you always subtracting, my brother. You can't do that.
Well, it creates a spark, but what type of spark are you creating?
A negative spark, because
Mm-hmm.
you subtracting. Positive plus negative. I mean, positive and negative is always going to be less
Mm-hmm.
frequency
It's
or less
always going to be
value.
negative. Only
Positive
thing
and
that makes
positive
it
is always going to
positive
be.
is
Is a
always positive and positive that
yes,
makes it positive.
yes. So when you're a person that's positive and you trying to be in the hood and you trying to be around people, your positivity is sparking off their negative energy, but it ain't sparking in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
It's
mean?
clashing. It's not really
Hmm.
sparking in unison. It's fucking clashing, yo. We gotta
Word.
do something else. We gotta do. It's time for us to do something else. It's like we stuck, and the rest of the world is moving past us. We stuck, and they watching us on TV, murdering each other every 5 minutes. Then I go to work, and people looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they be seeing all this type of shit from black people. That's what they see. So I gotta deal with that shit too, just to be
One,
who I am.
one, two, three. Negative drama, beef, stuff sells. Yeah, it sells souls. It sells souls. That's all it do. It sells souls.
And it buys souls. But the
Cause,
battle, yeah, go ahead, nephew.
Cause what's it selling? Ain't nobody buying nothing. We ain't buying no records. So what it selling?
What it's doing is we are the ones that they use as a battery for their agenda. So when they want to bring attention to something and they want us to, the majority of us to think the same way in a certain position, they'll use the rest of us to put power and use us like batteries, yo.
Hmm. Whoever the
Like
hottest at
puppets
the
on a
time.
string. Like every 3 months, you're gonna see a police shooting, like what just happened to that young lady. Like every 3 months, and this is nothing to take away from her. Her name was Sonia Massey, right? What's her
Yes.
name?
Sonya Massey.
Sonia Massey. Um, Rest her soul. But they're gonna pick somebody to do this to every quarterly because they want us to feel this way. They want to keep us in the past. They want us to feel like we're never going to have any type of progression. So that's how they keep us stuck psychologically. Everything starts psychologically with us. And since we don't like to read and have these type of conversations where we look at things and analyze that shit from the core, what the fuck is we going to do for the future for our children? Like we participate in how the world moves. So that's why anytime they want something to go a certain way, they present it to us. When they want to present anything, they come through us to present it. Because we are the ones with the power. But we give it to the wrong shit, y'all. We battery operating the wrong shit.
And they give the power to a negative person that everybody glorified and have them give it out. So they hand it to us in a negative plate. You know what I mean? Like, like for example, Jay-Z, P. Diddy. These are the people that run things. They give them the power to hand it to our people.
No, what they do is they get the power from us and present it to them.
Mm, mm.
Okay? Because as long as you have influence on the people,
Great
you are
correction.
useful to us. But since now that Diddy and Jay-Z are no longer useful, because now we're moving into another whole group of generations now. They had 30 years. You understand what I'm saying? Their time ran out.
That's probably why Pop Smoke was killed.
Anybody who was coming up behind them that was going to do something and take away the attention from them, the natural progression that was supposed to happen, they killed it. So they have to pay for that. Just from spirit alone, just on GP, they have to pay for that in karma. You understand? Because they fucked up the natural progression of shit with the shit that they did to get it to where it is. They helped to get it to where it is now. Them two. They used the love of the people to give to them, to use it against us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they was getting paid for. That's why they was rich.
And they still doing the same thing.
As long as they can use us for the energy and usurp the energy from us to show that yeah, I can make these type of people think like this, or I can influence these people just at the drop of a dime. Just give me a bad bitch and some money and tell them I'm a billionaire, and you know what I'm saying? Give me some control, make me look like a boss, and everybody's gonna listen to everything he say.
As long as you can weaken your people, they'll pay you. They'll give you anything you want. That's from a lower level to a higher level.
When they see these young boys coming up that don't want to compromise themselves, because the ones that want to compromise themselves are still here. The ones that didn't want to compromise themselves are no longer here. It's just that simple.
From a lower level to a higher level. Always
It's just
look
that
at it from
simple.
both levels. There's no difference. Don't never think you're different from the people on a higher level. Like Dolph, always the same thing. You know what I mean?
Dolph was feeding the whole hood. So this dude, he gets into beef with him. He's mad because they're calling him the king of Memphis. He wants to be the king of Memphis, but you didn't have what it took to be the king of Memphis.
And you wasn't taking care of the people.
Exactly. The reason why Dolph was the king of Memphis was because he was taking care of the people. That's what kings do.
But you know the industry, they flip it around.
So they take the natural.
Don't take care of the people.
Right. They take the crowns and they crown the ones that don't deserve the crown naturally. The crown belongs to Young Dolph, not Yo Gotti. The crown belongs to Mo 3, not Yellow Beezy.
The crown deserves to Pop Smoke, not Fabio.
Right, that type of shit. And then you wanted the crown so bad that you took this man out he had 100 properties he had people living in for free. You can't replace that. What you think that 100 families is thinking right now? You don't think they want to see you gone after finding out that it was you? You worried about people you beefing with. You got to worry about the people whose lives you destroy by taking Dolph out. Because you didn't replace that.
And I feel like these people know that when you do something to a good person, all hell break loose. Like you seen what happened when it happened to Dolph, all hell broke loose. When it happened to this,
It's still breaking loose in Memphis. Memphis is off the hook right now. Memphis is still off the hook.
yeah, facts. There's a video in this one gas station. They got a shooting like every like 4 shootings a day. I was like, dang, I ain't never going to Memphis.
Memphis is off the hook right now. They
Memphis,
have not recovered. It's a lot of people that Dolph is feeding and they not eating now. So it's a lot of anger going on. You feel me? Even the ones that was rolling with young Yo Gotti, they ain't getting paid no more like that either.
ain't that so crazy? They make us scared to be around our own people from different cities,
Yeah, yeah. And they keep on
and you
promoting
never
that.
been there.
You from there. You from there. What we all going through the same thing in the same country. What the fuck you mean? We was running from these motherfuckers and we ran in different directions. So sad, man.
No respect.
And that's why people can't see what's really going on because they looking at it from my hood to the next hood. No, you got to look at it globally. You got to look at it as one because that's when you're going to see what happened. If you're looking at it from state to state, you can't see what happened.
You know what's so crazy? The saddest part is when everybody go to jail and everybody in the penitentiary spending that yard, gonna be the same niggas in the same jail talking about, bro, I ain't got no beef with that nigga, bro. That was some town shit. Yo, bro, I was stupid at that time. We ain't got beef, bro. That shit ain't about nothing.
How
Niggas
you
keep it
got
together and
how
working
you
out
got
together.
more sense in jail than you do on the streets?
That's as soon as they go to jail, though. I seen it. 2012, I swear, on Rikers Island, niggas like, nah, we ain't got no beef. They was waiting for one person to come from up north to let them know if it was beef or not. I was like, yo, what y'all mean? We came down. He said, yo, that shit ain't about nothing. Now, like, I'm talking about that whole big 6 years. We all was locked up together. There was no beef. But on the internet and all through the streets, it's war. I don't
I
get it.
hate it. I hate the internet stuff. I really hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't get no type of satisfaction from the internet when I'm looking at black men, older men. I don't see it. I don't get no satisfaction from them. And it's
I don't get
sad.
no satisfaction from the younger crowd too either. I ain't gonna lie,
It's
cause you
fucking
know
sad, yo.
we looking at these kids like we looking at like 18. That boy earlier, that's young. He's a baby. But when he start get 21, 22, 23, that's not young no more. We gotta stop that. Like I'm not gonna lie, you should start your senses to start kicking in when you reach 21. Because when you reach 21, the first thing you want to do is go to the club and pop a bottle. No, your mind should be registering different stuff too. You know what I mean? So it's really no excuses for a person that's 21.
I know, but I was telling you how physically your mind doesn't really develop to be mature unless you're exceptional. Your mind doesn't develop to be mature until your late 20s, early 30s. Physically. That's physiology, biologically. So it's hard for 20-year-olds to be mature. If they are exceptional. You know what I'm saying? They special.
These kids must have a first grade level of knowledge because the way they crash out, like anybody know, you crash out the way they just crashed out, it's over for you. It's over for you.
That's why I said it has a lot to do with these video games and these drugs. The combination is not allowing them to see fact from reality. Reality from these game metaverses and shit. Whatever you want to call that shit. The metaverse from the universe.
Man, gotta be some generational wealth coming out this.
It's a
Like,
reason why they made them games to look so realistic, y'all. It's psychological. I bet you they had psychologists on the team when they was creating these games. I bet you they did.
I know. Look, when it comes out, it's going to come out just like they say. Bro, they been said this. CIA got their own Hollywood section. They make their own productions and everything. The CIA, they got their own thing, studio. You know what I mean? So you think they ain't got that with video games? Video games is movies, is productions. You know what I mean?
And it's playing all day in your head and your mind, all day. Or can't wait till I get home and play the game. I'm playing the game for hours. You know what I'm saying? All
Mhm.
day and night. That is brainwashing motherfuckers, yo. They
It's
crazy.
it's not just also because I don't even play Call of Duty and shooting games. Feel me? It's not just them shooting games too. It's the sports games too because you remember back in the day, sports games was different. You know what I mean? If you was
Mm-hmm.
nice, you was nice. But in this one, these ones that's coming out now, you could be as good as you want. They cheating, and that messes with people's emotions. Like if you're an emotional
Mm-hmm.
person, it deals with somebody emotional. Feel me? So I'm starting to see that in the game too. Like, yo, hold on, they cheating OD in these games. Like you can't even really win. Like you would
So
be winning.
it's causing underlying anger then.
Yes, yes, it is.
And we
Yes,
already have that shit already. We don't need no game. We already have it.
I was
So
talking
now
to
you
my
got it
cousin.
times two.
Yeah, I was talking to my cousin about that the other day about 2K. 2K is the game I was talking about, the basketball game. They be cheating. My cousin said, I don't even play that shit no more. It be getting me tight. He a calm person. I was like, yeah, that game it ain't me. It gotta be the game. You know what I mean? That game. You know what I
You
mean?
got these men. If somebody mess up their game or something, they killing people. You got 8 year olds
That's a fact though.
shooting their mother,
That's
cause
why I
they won't
said.
let them play the game.
That's why I said mess with people's emotions too. It does. I know
Bro,
that's
it's
that playing the
programming.
game.
It's another method of programming, motherfuckers, yo. You
Hmm.
are being hypnotized with these fucking games, yo. And the TV and the music on top of it. All of it. Name one of those things that don't talk about death.
So just imagine you never made it to the NBA, but that was your dream. You really a basketball head, and then you start playing this basketball game where you could build somebody up to be good, but they keep cheating you. You get what I'm saying? You get what I mean?
You
Like,
can't win nowhere.
yo, I was like,
Shit.
yo, you know. But if you're not thinking like that, I'm able to get out my body and think like, oh, yo, what's going on? Like this something. Like when I see something, I start thinking automatically. I don't care what it is. So when I started seeing that in 2K, I'm like, oh, this is like Call of Duty. There's no difference.
Listen, when I be watching them videos, them 4K videos of these kids killing each other, it looks like a motherfucking game how they be posturing themselves, yo, with the gun, yo. It looks like the game, yo. Look
Even
at
when they
it.
get shot, they be rolling on the floor. I'll be like, yo, how these kids know how to do this?
Watching the playing them fucking games.
I'll be like, yo, Memphis, you see niggas rolling on the floor, getting on the cars, grabbing their gun out. I'll be like, yo, what
They
are they
fucking
doing?
crazy. They fucking crazy as hell.
How they know how to, yo, when I was their age, 20, even when I was 20, even right now, I don't know how to do that shit. I'll be looking at these youngins like,
You talk
yo,
about that videotape when they was shooting and they all scattered and that boy was rolling on the ground?
he was rolling on the floor. I'm looking like, yo, what the? No, it was one dude. He was rolling on the floor, took his gun out, hopped up. I'm like, yo, what the? He moved like he in the army.
Yeah. But they wouldn't do that shit against people coming to get their ass though. You see how quiet they be? When the Lord come, put your hands behind your back. Walk slowly. They be calm as hell. They don't look like savages and demons then, do they?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. That one with the red hoodie and that Foolio case, that one was ready to die. He was
Mm-hmm.
ready to die. He reached for his waist and pulled his pants up. I said, he's ready to die.
Either that or he was unconscious of what he was doing.
Nah, he was ready to die. Because when you look, when you in situations like that, nigga,
You
you gonna
don't
let
even
your
want to
pants fall
move.
before you look at yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But you know, these people be high too.
Yeah.
Don't leave
He
that
was in
shit
the house
out.
with that girl. You never know what they was doing.
These people be fucking high. But anyway, y'all, I've been up here almost 2 hours now. Okay? It's motherfucking an hour and 40 minutes. Time is very precious. By the time I roll around, take a shower, and wake up, it'll be time for me to get the
Number
fuck
word.
back up again. I swear to God. You know we be saying at work on Friday?
That's all right.
They be saying see you Monday. Have a nice weekend. I be saying see you in 5 minutes because that's what it
Yeah,
feel
as soon
like.
as you wake up the next day, it's work.
It's as soon as you wake up the next day, it's Monday from Friday.
Hmm.
The time is going so fucking fast. It's the time ain't going faster, y'all.
Because time used to go fast when we ain't have social media. Now we got something to do every minute of
Minute.
the day.
That's what it is. That must be what it. Time is going too fucking fast, yo.
We touch our phones and we be on YouTube. We not even paying attention to the time.
Everybody I'm talking to right now about time, we all saying the same thing, no matter what race they are. I said it to all the races. Chinese. I don't know what this other lady is. Maybe she Portuguese or something, but we all saying the same shit that the fucking time is flying. Where the fuck is the time going,
I
yo?
said 2 hours. They don't even seem that long. They really don't. It seems like we just got on.
When I be looking at people like that I used to watch when I was younger, like on TV and shit, and I be seeing now that they 80 years old. Like the other day they put the dude from Bodyguard, Kevin Costner up there. This nigga look like he 90. I was like, when did he get old like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, look, growing up, they said, what colors? Look, man, we cracking like a motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, man, something in the air. We cracking like a motherfucker, man. Everybody, every race.
Mm.
Niggas get looking old fast, like them young boys. The
Yo, the
30-year-old
time.
Foolio case. They look like Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy, how old is he?
What the fuck happened to Trick Daddy?
Yo, he looked like Trick Daddy. Yo, I was like,
He don't look like the same one that was like, you don't know Nan or shut up.
nah,
He
son,
don't look like him.
he don't. He's sick. He's
Y'all think
something
he
up.
a clone or something?
Nah. He ain't clone.
I don't know about that clone shit. That's one thing I haven't really gotten into.
Kodak, you probably could have got me with Kodak.
Yeah, but Kodak, when he be having sometimes moments of clarity, and he be kicking some shit when he feel like it. Like he said, I used to take 60 to 100 pills a day.
What pills?
He said he was popping pills when he was popping pills.
Man, nigga take 100. Man,
His ass almost died like 3 times.
I bet.
Maybe he was pacing them, but he said he was taking all these fucking pills. He said, I don't take no pills now.
Little Lucifer, little Kodak. Kodak is Lucifer himself, man. Little Gucci man.
There's a bunch of Lucifers out there.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
But they don't be acting like demons when the cops come for their ass though. So you
they
ain't really no demon because demons don't give a fuck about
they all work
cops.
for the same people.
Demons don't give a fuck about no if the cops is coming, okay?
Huh?
But anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta go take my shower. I'm going to watch Living Single, get all this dirt off of me
Kinda.
that I've been talking about for the past hour and a half. All the shit that happened to me today when I was going back and forth to work, all that shit have to go, okay? I'm gonna be laughing when I go to sleep tonight.
Kano.
What's up, Kano? Long time no see. But I'll be go if I go live, y'all. It's gonna be between 4 and 6.
Oh, my
I'm not.
mama, they look like
That's
Trick Daddy.
that's my schedule because I can't go no later than that, y'all. Then I won't be able to go to sleep and I'll be all grumpy and grouchy in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And not on point. I don't like not being on point in the
Ready to beat
morning
the whole office up.
when I gotta go outside and shit. You know, but I gotta deal with all this racism shit. That shit is hard to deal with. Racism is a motherfucker, y'all. I'm telling you.
That's a
And it's
fact.
out there heavy. It's heavy. And you can't just flip on people the way you would like to. You have to handle it in another way. And
Mm,
I'm trying to learn how to ignore that shit because that's your problem. It ain't mine. Because I'm going to get my money that I need to sustain myself until I find another way to do it. So you ain't going to stop me from doing that. So you could do all your little tricks they be walking past, and then they'll come back and look at me to see like if I'm doing something, like they gonna catch me doing something,
mm.
like
Like
the
they only
the
paying
little
attention
nigger
to you.
bitches here. I'm the only black woman in there. So the little nigga bitch is gonna do something, and we're gonna wind up catching her do it.
Yo, I'm crying.
Then they be trying to act like they cool with me and, doing a little nigga shit like, like whispering at me and be like, I'm gonna come back and get you so we can go smoke a cigarette. I'll be like, yeah, all right, Adam.
Yo, I'm crying.
I gotta play these type of games and I have to be on point. So it's not just going to sleep and then getting up and to go to work. No, you gotta swim with the sharks also. So you have to be on point to be able to swim with the sharks because I'm going to get what I need. I ain't trying to go to jail, rob no banks or nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
And that take energy from you
So
too, swimming with the shark.
it does. It takes a lot of energy. That's why sometimes, nephew, I be like, we going to go live. And then I get home, I'll be like, nephew, can we do it another day? Because I don't be having the energy.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, I love y'all. I'm about to be out. Y'all have a blessed evening. Y'all stay on point. Your best weapon in this world right now, all this chaos shit, you got a weapon, yo. And that is your mind. Utilize that shit. Use your fucking mind, yo. You got protection. You got a weapon. Peace and love. Later, nephew. We'll talk.
Later, queen.
Love
Peace and love,
y'all.
chat.